Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Get on the base.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run, watch the run.
2nd and 6. And he finds Howard complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Roberts. Complete to Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 yards for number 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They begin with a run by Miller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff, running left is Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Let's go now. No chance.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try the right side here with Miller. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Come on, set. Time to end it. Order. Mike 52, Mike 52. You can't block me.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Green brings it in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check back, check back. Kill. Great stone. Turbo. Watch the eye. Let's
Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Rush in, rush in.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
And the Lions, 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Operating from the gun, Roberts. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back to throw. Roberts. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. Now Roberts from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Johnson. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Right here, right here.
Check 24, check 24. 22, check, cover.
2nd and 2. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Roberts. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Lions have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Miller. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's good for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Watch the boot. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming crash. Yeah. In your face. 51, Mike. Mike 51. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got Lockett. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Third and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Roberts throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Roberts. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
You can can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Kill. Go, check. Motion out of backfield.
Back to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, go on, Mike 40.
Okay, just like that.
Second and 4. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Be a long day for you.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to Johnson again. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here we go, here we go. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
It's a quarterback sneak. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 2. He only got 1 on the sneak, and that's going to lead us to a 4th and 1. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now back to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd and 3.
Set, ready. Okay, go. One, two, go. I can't believe they let you play.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Let's go now. 60 out, 59. Mike to 59. 65. 65.
Looking to throw. Roberts. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Here's Roberts, operating from the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Dorsett. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Second and 14. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
51, that's it. Mike 51. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Here we go, here we go. Let's go. Mike 51, Mike 51.
They'll set up to throw. And Jennings has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Here's a give to Miller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Right. 52's the mic. Time to go. Night. Check 4. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Man, that's trash. Go. Check. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
2nd and 13. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Where's 52 from? 52's the mic.
They're going to look to throw. He'll let this go end zone for end zone caught. Touchdown Seattle. In for the score. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field. And
that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys are back within a single score.
Check, 59. Drop deep. Check. Hands in. All day, dog. Mike's 59. 3 buzz. Hayward.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, it's Miller. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. They'll set up a throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 4-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. What's the curl? What's the curl? What's the curl? He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. This complete to Jones. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Roberts. He finds Howard complete and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
First down, Lions.
To throw is Roberts. Throwing on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Roberts now from the gun. He'll throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
He's back to throw. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
First down, Detroit.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? Yeah, that's not the way you're supposed to play it.
He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Back to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 9. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Let's get this. Let's get this.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Roberts throwing on 4th down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tighten up. Tighten up.
Go, Mike.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
Baby, get him, boy. Get him, boy.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Seahawks, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.